It happens when you're exhausted. It happens when you're on a phone call. It happens when you finally sit down for 2 minutes of peace. Your baby doesn't just want to be near you, they want to be on you. They scale your legs like mountain climbers. They drape themselves across your neck and they press their face into your chest with a desperate, crushing intensity. Most people call this clinging. They say the baby is needy or that you're making a rod for your own back. But what if I told you that what you're witnessing isn't a behavior at all? What if I told you that your baby is actually completing a biological circuit that was broken the moment they were born? Today, we're looking at the shocking science of the second womb. We're going to explore why your body is actually a piece of biological hardware that your baby's brain requires to finish its development. You aren't just a parent, you are a docking station. And once you understand the evolutionary architecture behind this, you will never look at those tiny climbing hands the same way again. To understand why they climb, we have to look at the obstetrical dilemma. Humans have massive brains, but narrow birth canals. Because of this, human babies are born half-baked. If a horse can walk within an hour of birth, why is a human baby so helpless? It's because human infants require a period called extragestation, 9 months inside the womb, followed by at least 9 months of external gestation. When your baby climbs on you, they are trying to recreate the environment of the womb. Research from the Nurture Science program at Columbia University suggests that the physical pressure of a baby's body against yours triggers autonomic resonance. When they press their chest against yours, they aren't just seeking a hug, they are looking for the pacing signal. Inside the womb, your movements, your heartbeat, and your digestive sounds provided a 24/7 rhythmic backdrop. When they climb on you, they are plugging back into the power source. They're using your mature, regulated nervous system to charge their immature one. They aren't being difficult, they are surviving. Have you ever wondered why babies are so focused on skin contact? It's because the skin is actually an extension of the brain. In the embryonic stage, the skin and the brain develop from the same layer of cells called the ectoderm. This means that when your baby climbs on you, they are essentially using their outer brain, which is their skin, to talk to your inner brain. A study in the Journal of Neuroscience found that specific nerve fibers called C-tactile afferents are activated by the exact kind of slow, heavy pressure a baby applies when climbing. This activation sends a direct signal to the insular cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-awareness and social emotion. When they scramble up your lap, they are literally feeling themselves into existence. They are mapping the boundaries of their own body against the solid, safe boundary of yours. Without this climbing feedback, their sense of self remains fuzzy and unformed. They climb on you to find out where they end and the world begins. Think about the most familiar sound in your life. For your baby, that sound is your heartbeat. For 40 weeks, it was the metronome of existence. When your baby climbs to your chest, they are performing a biosync. This isn't just about emotional comfort, it's about vagal tone. The vagus nerve is the highway of the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that tells the body to rest and digest. When a baby is separated from that heartbeat, their vagus nerve activity drops and their stress response spikes. By positioning their ear over the archive of their first home, they are lowering their own heart rate by borrowing yours. Science shows that babies who have high levels of this on-body time have more resilient heart rate variability as adults. By letting them climb on you now, you are literally hardwiring their heart for a calmer future. We often talk about object permanence, the idea that a baby doesn't know you exist when you're gone. But there's a deeper layer called the anchor effect. Between 6 and 14 months, a baby's world is expanding at a terrifying rate. They are learning to crawl, to stand, and to perceive depth. The world is suddenly huge, fast, and overwhelming. In this chaotic sea of new information, you are the only static object.
When they climb on you, they are dropping anchor. They are checking to see if the ground is still solid. You might notice they climb on you most right after they've tried something new, like touching a blade of grass or seeing a stranger. They go out, get overloaded by information, and then rush back to climb on you to download that stress into your body. They aren't going backwards or being clingy, they are refueling. If you push them off, the anchor doesn't set and their anxiety stays high. If you let them dock, they can head back out into the world with a sense of mastery. Here is the secret the tough love experts won't tell you. This climbing isn't just for the baby, it's a biological upgrade for you too. When your baby's skin hits yours and they apply that pressure, your brain releases a massive surge of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. But oxytocin isn't just about love, it's a powerful anti-inflammatory and stress reducer. Research shows that parents who lean into this physical contact, who absorb the baby's climbing rather than resisting it, actually show lower levels of long-term parental burnout. The resistance is what's exhausting, the docking is what heals. When you let them climb, you are triggering a biological feedback loop that lowers your blood pressure and stabilizes your mood. They are effectively medicating your stress with their presence. Does this mean you have to be a jungle gym 24/7? No, even a docking station needs to go offline for maintenance. The key is high-quality docking. 5 minutes of fully present on-body contact, where you put down the phone and let them press their weight into you, is more effective than an hour of distracted holding where you're trying to push them away. When you need space, do it with a narrated transition. Tell them you are putting them down now, but your heart is still there. This maintains the invisible umbilical cord. One day, they will stop climbing. One day they will be too big to fit on your chest and they will find their own ways to regulate their nervous system. But the template for how they handle stress, how they seek comfort, and how they trust the world is being built right now in these moments. When your baby climbs on you, they are not asking for a favor. They are completing their evolution. They are finding their home. So, next time those tiny feet start scaling your legs, take a breath. You aren't being interrupted, you are being plugged into. And you are the only person in the world who can provide exactly what they need. If this changed the way you see your baby's clinginess, let us know. Let's change the narrative on parenting together.